Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery. Juggalos in recovery.
So tonight we're doing Santa's a Fat Bitch, and this one is all about how to really accept and improve from disappointments. So self improvement is a vital journey that extends beyond the confines of getting sober. It's useful in all aspects of life. The song Santa's Fat Bitch provides an unexpected lens through which we can examine the importance of striving for betterment. While the song's humorously aggressive tone and absurd imagery targets societal inequities and unmet expectation, its underlying themes offer a raw perspective on disappointment, anger, and the desire for change, all of which can inspire self reflection and growth. The song is steeped in frustration, with Jay and Shaggy lamenting their lack of gifts and perceived exclusion from the holiday's joys. The sense of being overlooked or dismissed mirrors the feelings many experience when they hit rock bottom. Whether it's in the context of addiction, poverty, or other life struggles, rather than dwelling on external circumstances, self improvement begins by acknowledging dissatisfaction and taking proactive steps to address it. In the song, the anger directed towards Santa could be seen as a metaphor for blaming external forces for personal setbacks. This attitude is common but ultimately unproductive. Self improvement requires a shift in focus from external blame to internal empowerment. While Jay and Shaggy express their rage humorously and theatrically, their longing for fairness and betterment can inspire ninjas to channel their frustrations into actionable goals. I can say shit all day, but if you don't know what things are actionable, words mean nothing. So let's take a look at what things are actually useful in this situation. Self reflection. That's a one that I like a lot. Take a look at yourself. Identify issues that are within your control and what is outside of your control, and attempt to change what you can. Set small goals. Been struggling to do just about anything? Make taking a shower or doing laundry as a goal and achieve it. Small goals help rewire our brain and shit. One that I find super useful is using disappointment as motivation. Disappointed nobody bought you a thing you really wanted for Christmas? Buy it for yourself. Or disappointed you didn't get that one dish at a holiday meal? Learn how to make it yourself. Getting all of these small things that are minor improvements in your life can really help kind of wire you up for making better changes in your life, other than just sitting around bitching about the things that you couldn't do or the things you didn't have. Getting sober is one of the most profound acts of self improvement. It requires confronting personal demons, building resilience, and learning to navigate a world that may still feel unfair. Jay and Shaggy experiences with disappointment and unmet expectations can resonate with us that are in recovery, as these feelings often accompany the early stages of sobriety. Overcoming these challenges demands persistence, support, and self awareness. In recovery, self improvement also involves replacing harmful habits with positive ones. For Jay and Shaggy in the song, breaking the cycle of disappointment and unmet expectations could mean redefining their own holiday traditions, finding joy in the small victories, or seeking fulfillment outside material gifts. Similarly, those working towards sobriety often need to redefine success and joy in ways that align with their new, healthier lives. True self improvement goes beyond the initial act of recovery or overcoming adversity. It involves continuous process of learning, growing, and striving for betterment in all areas of life. The song, while satirical, highlights the stark disparities and systemic issues that can prevent ninjas from thriving. Addressing these broader challenges, whether societal inequities or personal mindset, requires sustained effort and commitment to growth. Outside the realm of sobriety, self improvement might mean pursuing education, fostering healthier relationships, or contributing to one's community. Maybe like donating to Juggalos in recovery. That would be kind of nice. In the context of a song, though, Jay and Shaggy might find empowerment by taking control of their circumstances, whether by creating their own sense of holiday spirit or working to address the inequalities they have faced. They do food drives and partner with charities at some of their larger events and help the less fortunate. And this mirrors the broader concept that self improvement is as much about personal empowerment as it is about making a positive impact on the world. One of the striking aspects of Santa's a Fat Bitch is its humor, its irreverence. While the lyrics are exaggerated and comical, they are also a reminder not to take life too seriously. Humor can be a powerful tool for coping with setbacks and maintaining perspective. In self improvement, this means learning to laugh at one's mistakes and viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. To close this one out, though, self improvement is a journey that thrives on sharing experiences, insights, and support. The themes in this song touch on frustration, unmet expectations, and the drive to reclaim control. All relatable struggles on the path to growth, whether it's a small goal you've conquered or a way you use disappointment to fuel your success, or a time when humor helped you see things differently. Everyone has a story that connects to these ideas. Let's take a moment and share how you have implemented self reflection, goal setting, or reframing challenges in your own life. For now, I'm going to shut up and let you guys talk. Let's hear what you got, Jimmy.
What up, y'all? All right, so this particular topic and everything, it's pretty crazy how this was the topic and everything, and because Cassie brought it to my attention, and on top of that, there was a situation that happened, and I got some very stale ass news. So first off, with Santa's a fat bitch, I'm gonna say that my parole officer is a fucking fat bitch. That's the first thing I'm gonna say to get to the point of it. So long story short, I was hoping to get off of parole sooner than later, and I found out from my parole officer that I will not be off of parole until October or November of 25. So with that being said, unfortunately, like, me and Cassie won't be able to make the gathering, and with us not being able to make the gathering, we won't be able to get married at this time, but doesn't mean that it won't still happen, because it's going to happen. It's a guarantee to happen. It's just unfortunate because it was a fucking, it really hit me. Like, I was really upset, you know what I'm saying? And I felt disappointed and discouraged. But she brought back the perspective of, like, the universe works at its pace, not our pace, you know what I'm saying? And basically saying that no matter what, everything that we have accomplished, everything that we have been building on, and everything that we will accomplish is still there and will still be built upon. You know what I mean? Just because things don't happen the way that I wanted them to happen, or that I was hoping them to happen, doesn't mean that they still won't happen. It's just at the universe's time. So typically when I was so upset and like practically crying, I was crying, I ain't gonna front, I was, you know what I'm saying? She helped me to like change my perspective into looking at the finer things that have happened and still being motivated to work towards what we're going to accomplish anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, I just, that's the synchronicity of us too. And us being juggalos, you know what I'm saying? We always get the bone in some fucking way, shape, or form. So of course, you got to throw a fucking wrench in the goddamn fucking machine. But, you know, I just like how, I don't know, this was a topic per se, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I had a beautiful holiday, you know what I'm saying? I got to, you know, talk as much as possible to my fucking special, you know, other half, you know what I'm saying? D helped me out with $10 so I can get Spider-Man 2 for PS5 so I can nerd out, you know what I'm saying? So it was like my own personal gift to myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I also grinded on some surveys, got some money, you know what I mean? So it was good overall. I don't have any complaints, even though physically I was alone. I wasn't alone because I had like people who matter to me in my life, you know, with me, you know what I'm saying? Even though we're not physically there yet. So that's just another motivation, you know what I'm saying? So thank you all for listening. You know, I'm sorry that the plans aren't going to happen as was told, but they're still going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And all you beautiful people.
1 more year.
Well, you know, well, no, I mean, it might happen sooner. You know what I'm saying? It just might not happen. Like as far as with all y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all gonna be there one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be reception or actual ceremony. Y'all want to fly to the ceremony? Let me know. But other than that, it's, you know, we stay motivated despite the adversities and bumps in the road, and when we want to give up, you know. So, and Santa's a fat bitch forever and always. Whoop whoop.
Thank you so much for your share, Jimmy. One of the things that I love to talk about is the concept of setbacks. Setbacks happen to all of us on a constant basis. But the way I like to look at it is when we get a setback, when we're not able to do the thing that we had planned to do, that just means we have a little bit more time to plan. We've got a little bit different way to think about how we want to accomplish the thing that we want to do. So don't look at this as a bone. Look at this a way to reevaluate how you want to do the thing you want to do and do it in the way that best fits the way that you want it. With that, Petey, you got your hand up. Let's hear what you got to say. You're
No,
blind.
don't let Petey talk. Why can't I go first? Fine, let Petey talk, even though he pisses me off because I'm still mad at him. And what should Petey's punishment be? Because he said the broken word and then he
Speaker.
confused Josie's brain
You
before.
were the
And
third
I
one to
need to
raise your
find.
hand.
I need
Wait
to
in
find.
line.
Hang on. Okay, I had up my mute button. I'm in the lab right now, so I'm gonna do my time, then I'm gonna go hop back into this work. But nah, like I deal with adversities and like shit not going right ways a lot of the times. Like I'm fucking blind, dude. Like that's like I have to deal with the shit not going my way all day, every day, and learn how to adapt and be able to be able to at the same time be like, yo, if shit doesn't work out, it's not going to plan. I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm like, okay, it didn't happen. Well, what else can prosper from that not happening? Is there an avenue that opens up because that door didn't open up? That was closed. So where's the other door open up to? And I go from there. Um, lately, I've had a great holiday. I've had good people in my life, and um, you know, I had good day today. I had a brief moment of getting triggered, but I caught myself. You know, so I took myself out of myself and looked my parent in my feet. You know, it's funny that we were talking about this because I was listening to a song that literally said, you know, take a step back and look at yourself. Matter of fact, take yourself outside of your body and then look at yourself and see where you're planted. That right there hits the hardest, and I try to do that every day of my life. And I'm just working on different avenues now. I'm trying to just take my next step and move forward my music and go that direction and see where that leads me. And have I still got what I got when I started this? And how do I get better and keep progressing and growing in things? And how do I adapt that to my life? You know, and yes, the reason why Josie's mad because I said sorry. And then she said sorry to me. So I got grounded and she got grounded.
No,
And now we're
that's
trying to
not
figure out what
it.
to do with the
No,
person.
that's not it. You hit my butt. You hit my butt in the house, and I was trying not to freak out because I wanted to kick you in the balls, but you did it in the house in front of a bunch of males.
Okay. Okay. Mute yourself. Love you guys. Woo woo. I'm out.
All right. Hey, you still ready for Sunday?
Yes, I'm ready for Sunday. Yes. When is
Okay.
it on?
Okay. 8 p.m. I'll open the rooms. Meeting starts at 8:30. They'll be on Zoom.
All right,
I'll
cool.
send
Yeah, I got
Josie the
Zoom.
link.
What we're
Word, bet.
doing Zoom?
I meant no, you know what I meant. Not
I
Zoom.
know.
Fucking Google
No,
Meet. You
I've
know what I
got
mean.
you. He's gonna be with me.
You
I
know I
got
don't
you.
do Zoom.
I've
Okay,
got
cool.
your back, D.
All right, bet.
Thank you, Dean. I appreciate it. I can't wait to tell my story. And I love y'all.
Yes, sir.
Wish you the best. Happy holidays. I'm going to make my music and get down to
Speaking
some work.
speaking of stories, I would love to have my homie Michael Brock here share a story sometime because he's out here killing it now. This is my homie from Florida, another one of the juggalos that spawns in the rooms around here. I don't know, man. Every holiday, every birthday, I always do something for myself because I don't really expect anybody else to do much for me. My birthday's Thanksgiving week. The holidays are more about the kids and the autistic brother. So I always make sure to make a point that I buy something I want or go do something I want for my birthday and the holidays. Usually every year it's like a concert or something like that just passed that I went to. Because in actuality, if it's something I want, usually I have to get it on my own, and that's just the story of my life. Um, like that concert was a much needed time with homies and going and bonding and enjoying live music and talking and hanging out with people. You know what I got for Christmas? Some Nautica cologne and like some fucking twisted Funko Pops that somebody found at Ross and some flavoring for coffee. You know what I mean? Nothing that I really care about. So when I try to make sure I always do shit that I want to do. Because the holidays is usually me trying to help everybody else out. You know what I mean? And um, that's what I do. I just spend my time and money on other people, and I don't often take a chance to do the things I want to do. So that's what I try to do during the holidays: is do some shit that I want to do, hang out with some people I want to hang out with, and try to enjoy the holidays with the family and other people I care about. Because I try to not have expectations on anybody else for what I want. I know at the end of the day, I'm the only one who meets my own needs for the most part. You know what I mean? And I just appreciate for all the texts that I got back for all the texts that I sent, and to see all the homies having good times with their friends and their loved ones on the holidays, like I was doing, and the time to unplug and not really worry about anything for a few days. That's the beauty of it. And with that, I'll shut up.
Thank you, D.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Michael Brock was probably sitting here while Jimmy was sharing and said, "D gave you money." He knows me. I don't do money with anybody. The only reason I gave Jimmy $10 is because he really wanted a video game, and I know he's gonna spend it on a video game. Because I don't fuck with money with anybody, bro. It's so easy to ruin a friendship over $10, $20, $50. And if I care about you, then I probably won't do money with you because I don't want to write off a friendship over money.
I know that's for a
Yeah,
fucking
Jimmy, you're a
Mm.
nerd, and my daughter is a dork, and that's the funny part about this because yeah, my kid can't play video
Uh,
games. I'm done with that.
Mike, what did you just hit, a year?
yeah. The December
Hell yeah.
15th.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Well, welcome to
Congratulations.
Juggalos in Recovery. All of us like to gather together and hang out and do sober shit together. Welcome. Glad you finally have joined.
Yeah, I've been working like fucking crazy, focusing on my fucking journey. That first year was, as you know, um, this isn't my first time going around, but I actually made it this time, and I for the guy, and hitting my knees every day and saying that I am an addict, and I have to remind myself of that every fucking morning before I even step foot into work. I do have flaws, but I do continue to work on them every fucking day. I'm just now getting to the point where I'm having getting my daughters back in my fucking life. Which is you know blessing because 6 years ago, you know, you couldn't fucking do anything fucking with me. I was a meth and fucking crackhead. Yeah, so everything's going great so far, you know, working all the goddamn time. Don't really have much time to go to the gathering or anything, although I would love to one of these years.
Stay sober. We can kidnap you.
Facts.
It's a spiritual war ground, though. I got to make sure you got your shit together before you go because my first year I got offered so much shit. It was crazy. But what's crazy is when you just go, no, I break out in handcuffs and start talking to them. Everybody's super apologetic and it makes you feel even better about being there. Nobody's like, pussy,
Oh, yeah.
you won't fucking eat this fucking mushroom candy bar.
I mean,
Juggalos are very fucking humble, man. So I mean, let's all of them, man. You know that's why I keep them so close to my fucking heart. You know.
yeah. So, Mike, I want to ask you a question. What's something that you faced in your life as a disappointment that motivated you to keep going?
Something that was a disappointment. Probably, and first off, myself. I caught a misdemeanor charge when I was in Arkansas. It was towards my kids, and that's what made me kind of turn it around because I was no good to them, let alone that I wasn't good to myself. So I came down here, put that distance between us because I know that they need me in their life, but at the time I was doing them no good. So this time that I had separated, I had to be fucking selfish.
Selfish needs are something that we talk about frequently because if you don't do things for yourself that are selfish, you no longer will have the capacity to be selfless for others. And when it comes to family, when it comes to children, when it comes to your loved ones, you have to afford yourself time to be selfish because so much of your time has to go back to them eventually. D?
Facts.
I mean, exactly. And his point to nail it home, like, if you're not good to yourself and doing what's best to move you along in life, you're not actually able to be good for the kids either. Like my first 3.5 years, I was in a halfway and my kids were in the same town and I maybe seen them once every couple weeks because I was so busy working, trying to get my life together so I could be able to best help them. You know what I mean? So like look at it this way. You're investing the time you need right now to get yourself right to actually play a role in your kid's life in the future. You know what I mean? Because I mean, no kid deserves to see their parents strung out. And really you're not helping the kid. If anything, when you're on drugs and alcohol, you're doing more damage to them by trying to be present in their life because you're not really in your right state of mind or doing you. You know what I mean? And like I said, it took 3.5 years of building my life up to actually like have a place with them and live with them and be a bigger role in their lives. You know what I mean? So you still have time. It's just putting in the effort, man. Just putting in the effort and it's always you. It's always your sobriety, your higher power. Then comes kids and family. Then comes friends. You know what I mean? Like, you are always have to be the priority, right? Like for me, it's me and my higher power, then it's the kids, my mental health, then it's the kids, then it's the wife, then it's the rest of the family, then it's the juggalos and recovery people, and then it's everybody else outside of that. You know what I mean? But like there's a pecking order to where my time goes, you know? And the highest point on that pecking order is me, because if I'm not good to myself, I'm not fucking shit for anybody else. If I'm burnt out from doing too much for everybody else, I'm no good for anybody else at that point. So I always have to like step back, at least once a month or so and unplug for my own sanity, or else I just burn out, which happens every fucking year.
Right.
All right, Logan, you're up next. You got your hand up.
Yeah, I'm just like a continuations of Dee's thing. I'm in a family with continuous drug use, and it gets really hard, especially being like trying to have a sibling who's also dealing with that on top of it, and not knowing how to really help him because he knows what's going on. And with there being an autistic kid in the house as well, who's very young, it gets really hard knowing what they're doing, especially because I know what they're doing is very harmful to them. And them knowing what, like, that I go to these meetings is really hard. Um, and it's nice to know that, like, a lot of parents now are trying to get clean or have been clean for a while, knowing that their kids, like, worrying about their kids. It's nice to hear everyone hears stories about that because it's really hard for the parents I know, especially, to have to go through all that. And I just know the kid's perspective of it because I'm a kid of one. And that's why I try to have like an escape every weekend, or not, if not, it gets kind of worse. But that was pretty much all I had to say for that.
Thank you, Logan. Josie, you had your hand up. Did you have something to say? Josie's doing Josie time. Oh, there she is.
Nope, Josie needed to put soap in the bathroom because it pissed me off that Lotus left it in my wagon and didn't put it in the bathroom. And that's why I was gonna say something, and it's gonna sound like nonsense, and I'm gonna try to speak it slowly. So my daughter, who's only 10, had the option of, did she want to come to my house and spend 2 days with me? She could have stayed today. We talked this out last night, and she chose to stay home and organize her room and listen and get back onto her chores so she could spend a week with me for her February vacation this year again, because she's excited and has plans and wants to do things. I lost my daughter in 2020. She's adopted by my cousin. My older two are with my mom. I have guardians, like, I still have my rights and shit. And yeah, that's why it's like, if you stay on your stuff, like, it's hard. I watched my kid go through it. Like, it's hard. She's talking, like, my son, like, today, he kind of proved that I was doing a good job and that he's happy that he has his mom back. Like, he'll never be able to stay at my house because he's on the spectrum and he needs to be in his own space and his own things. Like, that's final. Like, that's what my mom says. So until he's 18, it's pretty much game over. He can't be with me. But that's what I'm saying. If you keep going, it's like it gets easier. You get time with them and they're there. Like, as long as you're doing good, like, they understand. Like, it's hard to keep it from them and not talk about it too much, but technically I would say letting Lotus still know that homies are good and that there is ones that are sober and clean, like, that's the best thing I ever did for her, because that she keeps talking about it. Sometimes she will not shut up about you, Enzo. I don't know what you did. First it was Chris last year, and Enzo, now it's you. Tag, you're it. I don't fucking know. My daughter's now wondering about Enzo.
Thank you, Josie. Logan, you got something else to add?
Yeah, no, it's not really to add. I'm just like appreciating Josie. Like, Josie, you're doing such a great job. I know it's really hard, especially, dealing with everything you've been dealing with, but I'm proud of you and you're doing a good job. You're doing great.
Thank you, Logan. You're doing leaps and bounds better than you were, Josie. You've been in this the
Yeah,
long haul.
I screamed today, and then I screamed, but it wasn't really screaming, Chris. I played my music really loud because I screamed that I saw a purple train. I screamed purple train over and over again because Petey didn't know what I meant. And no, it was the graffiti on the fucking train, and I had to explain, and then I had to have a seeing person read what the train said because I couldn't. Like sober, I couldn't say what was on the train and I was seeing on graffiti and reading it because I didn't know how to read one of the trains and it pissed me off. I can't figure it out.
I get it. It's okay. But there you go, Mike. You get a little bit of a taste of what our meetings are about.
Facts.
Ryan? Yeah. You got your hand up, Ryan? You're muted still. You're still muted. You gotta press the button. It's just not working.
The button, the button, the
Every
button.
time I want my
I'm
cell
gonna play
phone to
Mike
work,
Kazoo.
it doesn't. And when I don't want it to work, it does.
There we go. I was pressing the fucking button. My phone didn't fucking like me.
It didn't.
Just press it.
No, nothing else new. Um, all of you guys that are talking about like your kids and stuff, man, cherish that because I ended up signing over my rights. I haven't talked to my son since he was 13 years old. Um, so to see fellow addicts and stuff, getting their kids in their life, man, like that's unbelievable. I was unable to do it, unfortunately. So like cherish those moments. Even if you can't have them in your house, cherish the moments you get with them. Like because there's nothing like it in the world. Like it was probably one of the biggest mistakes I made, but at the time it was the best thing I ever did for them. And really, when it comes down to it, that's all what being a parent's about. I had to be selfless, even in active addiction, and realize that I couldn't give him the life he deserved, and I made a choice to do something that I can't ever take back. So, to all of you that stuck with it and are getting your kids, man, keep that up. That's hope right there. That's all I gotta say for right now.
Thank you, Brian. This is one of the more difficult things is there's always the balance about what's best for you and what's best for the people around you. And a lot of the time, the best thing that you can do for other people around you is to let them live their life without you until you're on your feet. And you know what? If they choose to come back around, they can choose that. I was an adopted child. My mom gave me up because she was hooked on drugs. I connected with her later in my life, and we have a modicum of a relationship. She's not somebody that I necessarily like as a person, but that is something that I got to do as a choice. And I would have rather made that choice to connect with that person when I was ready to do that instead of seeing them continue to go through the throes of addiction.
It wasn't. It got to a point where it just wasn't. It wasn't fair to. It wasn't fair to him. Like the last time me and my son's mother went and fought for custody, like the courts forced us to move back to Massachusetts. We were both from. We had established lives in New York. We were both doing okay. We were doing good, and we had begged them, don't make us move home. Don't make us move back to our stomping grounds. Like there's a reason we left there, and the judge just insisted. And we gave it our all. Like we really did, but we only lasted about maybe 3 months before we were right back to ripping and running because we were in our stomping grounds. And I ended up overdosing, ended up in the hospital, and she ended up going through her own thing. And it just came down to like, we're either gonna sign over our rights or he's gonna go to our funeral. Like it's just that's all it came down to. Like we keep trying to fight this, and we're not allowed to go back home. Like we're gonna just end up in a box. So which was the better choice? Sign over our rights, give him a better life, or end up at our funeral.
Well, you know what? Those are the hard choices in our life, but that also proves our character. It was the best choice you could have made for yourself and for your child. And while it hurts
It
in the
was.
moment, they have the opportunity to do better.
Hmm.
And that's what truly matters at this point.